Tea for Time.
This episode is brought to you by Sleep Number. Whew, I'm surprised I have a voice after the weekend we just had. In fact, I'm sitting here I'm like trying to wake up. You know what I mean? It's ice cold. I slept very minimal in Atlanta. We were there for the weekend, got to see the dogs play, but I'm not lying. I think I slept like 8 hours.
The whole, probably all 4 days, you probably slept 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
And definitely time change, and I don't really sleep well without Matthew. That's a known thing, but I love my parents with their beds.
Your father is calling me, actually?
No shit. Wait, answer it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, J-Pops. This is Kira.
What's happening, girl?
Not much. Kelly and I are just recapping the weekend. You're hot mic right now.
You're on the pod, Dad.
All right. Well,
No
you
idea.
left half your wardrobe.
I
at the
know.
house, so I don't know how you got on the plane.
You know what,
Yeah.
Jay?
Kira forgot her ID.
Yeah.
Y'all, at my
Let me-
parents.
You guys
Hold on.
don't even know how bad my morning was yesterday.
I really felt really bad. But I was too tired. I was also too tired to care. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Let me have your address real quick.
Tea for
Okay.
time.
Okay, I did text it to Leslie,
Oh my
but
God.
I will text it to you right now.
That's what we thought it was, but Leslie's handwriting's not great. So, all right, we're putting it in the system now.
Thank you, Day Pops.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Have
Love
a good
you,
one.
bye.
Bye.
So that just tells you right there. Kira's morning yesterday. Listen, I'm a type of person that likes to get home before, I'd been away from my kids. We had a lot going on. I have a lot going on coming up this week. So I've got to get home. We were in Athens, Georgia at 11 p.m. Kira and I were on a flight out at 7 a.m. the next morning out of Atlanta. So she forgot her ID. She forgot her life at my parents' house.
Because my phone didn't charge overnight. It was plugged into my laptop, and my laptop was dead, and I didn't know that. So that's a rookie mistake. Don't do that. So Kelly walks into my room. I'm still sleeping, and it's 15 minutes past when we had to leave.
Yeah, it was, you know what? But we got there. And you made it. I can't believe you made the flight. She had to fill out
They
paperwork.
closed the doors of the plane, and someone got them to open the door to the plane. I cannot believe that
Wait,
happened.
really? I was out cold. I'm so sorry when you got
I will tell the full version of this story
On
on
TMA, yes.
TMA this Thursday, but it was wild, and no, none of us really slept
No.
because we didn't have our sleep number beds.
I know. That was honestly, it really does make a difference. I used to laugh at these people that were like, oh, my mattress. But I am a full-on believer that it makes a difference because first of all, I hurt. My body
Yeah.
hurts because I can't do soft mattresses.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you. Thank goodness I got home last night. I got right into my bed and passed the F out. So that was nice. But if you want to hear more from Georgia, which you do need to hear, you have to listen in to TMA this week.
Wild stories.
It was wild. But this is timeout. So we're not going to get
Yeah.
into it here. Next week, also, we will go over the differences between college and NFL. After going to a college game, we realized a lot of differences. So we looked some of them up, also just experience-wise. So we'll do that next week as well. Guys, there's no more undefeated teams in the
Woo!
league.
I'm all about it.
You know what? And I was talking to Kara, I was like, I think they did them a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Because there has been one team that has gone undefeated that won a Super Bowl, and that was the 72 Dolphins. And that is it. So it's kind of the pressure's off a little bit. Now they can really just have fun, which is kind of scary.
The Bills
in a way.
unjinxed them.
I know. The Bills did them a favor. That was a really good game. You know what else was a really good game? The Bengals and
The Chargers.
that was such a good game.
Wait, that was one of the more athletic games I've watched this season.
Right?
Wouldn't you say?
It was impressive. Also, I am a little heartbroken for Joe Burrow. To be honest, it is reminding me of when Matthew played on the Lions for a bit. It was, you can tell how good and talented he is. It's just the team is not winning. And that is frustrating.
Yeah.
So I texted Matthew. I was like, I kind of feel I feel for him because I felt for you in those times. So, but I know they'll I think they have a 10% chance to make the playoffs now.
Really?
Bengals.
Oh
Which
gosh.
they're like good. It's kind of weird.
Our percentage just went up a little.
Yes, we win over the Patriots, which was great. But also San Fran losing to Seattle was huge for us. So, that was nice. Our game, did anything crazy happen? I don't even remember.
I mean, they having Puka and Cooper back on the field, giving
my
Matthew
gosh.
so much opportunity to really throw that ball. There was some pretty wild darts thrown by your husband in that game.
And a lot of run after catches, which that's always nice, because on the stat book, that goes down as a pass for 89 yards or whatever it was to Cooper.
Oh, Puka had a crazy leap. I don't know if y'all saw like the memes from it, but Puka went like full
Horizontal.
airplane. Just
fully horizontal.
Yep.
I know. And when he caught it, when he was hurting, I was like, shit. Because that was a ball. I feel like that was landing on his ribs, landing on the ball to the ribs, So that sucks. Also, watching the Bengals and Cardinals play last night.
Chargers,
thank you. Cardinals and, oh my God, Bengals and Chargers play last night. I really realized how hard that turf is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, like, they slow-mo things? And there was at one point, I think it was, was it I don't remember which team it was, but the quarterback went down full weight on the quarterback. They called roughing the passer. And you could just see there was no give to when that 300-pound man landed on top of the quarterback. I honestly, I know how hard it is. I've been told how hard all turf is, but you really see it when those hits happen because there's just no give.
A quick question. Has Matthew ever explained that is all turf created equal?
No.
Okay, so some turf is harder than other turf.
Yeah, there's newer turf now. It's all over the board, I think. But we all know that grass is better than turf. So one day, hopefully, the NFL will get behind that. Now, in our game, and I wanted to go over something real basic real quick. Because I do feel, especially in SoFi, we're a little confused on when to cheer. And this seems very basic probably to a lot of you, but some people really don't know. So when you're on offense, you want to cheer when they have a good play. You want to cheer loudly and then quickly because turns out the next play is getting called into the quarterback. And, the devices in their helmets, they hear the coach, but if people are yelling, they can't hear. So when you're on offense, loud, quick, done. When you're on defense, you really want, when they're in the huddle, you want to be loud because at that moment, he's getting the play in and he's also, telling his team, okay, this is what we got. They can mishear, right? If it's too loud. There's also something called a on 2 or on 1 or on 3, and then they go break. That means on my second hut, so they can get them to jump. Mm-hmm. Now, if the linemen don't hear on the second, or if they're at the line of scrimmage and it's really loud, they can't hear the first hut or the second hut, so they go, and that's when they get a false start.
Right.
So it's really important to know when your team is on defense, be as loud as you can the whole time. The whole time. When they're in the huddle, when they're at the line of scrimmage. When you're on offense, you don't want to be loud at all because you want your team and your quarterback to be able to hear what is going on. Now, at SoFi, that's hard. And actually, they brought it up last night with the Chargers-Bengals game, how many Bengals fans were there.
Really?
And they said, it's pretty normal in SoFi that the opposing team is loud because there's a lot of people there. And we've talked about this so many times of why that is. This is a destination. It's an amazing stadium. People want to come see it. So it is different in SoFi. Mm-hmm. And although I'm talking to everybody, SoFi is just different in the fact that our fans have done really well this season, but we're usually equal in numbers. So even if I'm saying, hey, be quiet on offense, the other team that's in the building is pretty loud. So it's hard to tell if we're or not doing it right or if the other team is just there or the other fans are there. So just a basic thing because it happened yesterday actually in the Patriots stadium that we were playing. He got to the line of scrimmage. They were going for it on fourth down. And
the Patriots were going.
Yes, and the crowd got so excited that they got loud, and then the quarterback couldn't hear, and he's trying. And when you see a quarterback doing this, like Angels in the Outfield, but this.
She's waving her arms up and down
yes.
like she's about to take off.
And if I just aged myself by Angels in the Outfield, you need to go watch it because it's such a freaking good movie. It's the Anaheim Angels. But they're telling you to be quiet. They're telling you to just shut up for a second so they can hear. Now, defense usually is doing this. Putting their hands up, get louder, get louder. So there you go. There,
it's either up or it's down.
Down. The palms are either facing up or they're facing down. So anyways, just some basic info there that I wanted to share. But the week in the NFL was always crazy because all these teams are good. Now, when I say that, people are like, well, there's certain teams that aren't good. Every NFL team is good.
Oh gosh, this season's it's anyone's.
Yes, but there's some teams that just have more players. Like more
star power.
Yes, and just playmakers, right? Some teams don't have enough. So, but every team is good. There's no bad teams in the NFL. If you think about it, how many people are trying to get to the NFL, there's only good players in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a big difference that we'll talk about next week.
Yes.
College versus NFL, because that's not so much the case with college. But the NFL, it's equal enough that we're getting a good game every game.
Yes. Now, Lions and Jags, not a good game. That was I didn't see any of it because we were playing at the same time. But obviously, the Carissa Thompson check-in kept coming to our game, and it was. The Lions were just rolling. The Bears.
Oh, I feel bad for the Bears fans.
Again, y'all had the Hail Mary and now the block kick.
Rough.
Was the Hail Mary in the Bears Stadium too?
No, I believe that was at Commanders.
That was in Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rivalry too. That's a big division game, which again, we'll get into divisions as we get closer to the playoffs. But
sad.
Yeah, the Packers took that one. I'm so sorry for the Jets fans out there. It's hard. You know what? And people always say it. They think these quarterbacks can just. Well, actually, no. I'm not going to say that because it'll probably be a headline. So never mind. Time out. So I just got done putting my girls down, and they're like, "Mommy, the nightlight, the nightlight." And I got the nightlight from Uncommon Goods, and I love this because, guys, these are things that. There's not a million of them, right? They're very unique. And honestly, this day and age, it's tough to find a gift or something special because you feel like there's a million of them. Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses, and like many of their handcrafted products are made in the small batches. So you're not going to be seeing them everywhere. The products are high quality, unique, most often made by hand in the US. And again, if you're looking for a really special gift for somebody, go to Uncommon Goods, check it out. They really have some awesome stuff right now. So you can get 15% off your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/Kelly. That's uncommongoods.com/Kelly for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. I don't know how they do it, but Skims does such an incredible job of making everything incredibly comfortable, but also effective. I tell you guys about their bras all the time. You don't feel like you're wearing them. The underwear is the same way. The most amazing dresses, but I just got from their holiday shop that just launched, also getting me into the spirit, their soft lounge sleep set. I'm not kidding. I'll be wearing that everywhere. I'll be wearing it to sleep, but I'll be wearing it out and about. I honestly can't wait just to snuggle up next to Matthew with a hot cocoa in my hand in these pajamas and just feel the most comfortable I've ever felt. But they have great ideas for gifts. Not only that, matching PJ sets for the family. Go check it out. Shop Skims Holiday Shop at skims.com. Available in sizes for women, men, kids, and even pets. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you after you place your order. Select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Also, if you saw our reel that Kiera and I did. Kiera is so creative and so fun. But, it was very what we would call as, what did April call it? Foreplay. Like it felt very foreplay, y'all, the words that were getting thrown out there. But I wanted to take the time on this one to go over some terms. And this is a great segue into that because when they're talking about holes, okay, when they're holes are...
please talk about holes, okay. Kelly.
So when they're talking about a big hole, it is not sexual. It is actually two O-linemen parting the seas, basically, right? Like our Moses, yes. Oh man, I went to Christian school and I struggled there. Yes.
This is my favorite episode already.
So
Please continue.
When Moses parts the seas, there's a big old hole, right? So same with O-linemen. They push their D lineman out. There's a big hole for the running back to run through. So that's what they mean by hole. There's also penetration.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can we come up with a different word besides penetration?
I mean, but it's such a good word. It really is. It really
I don't know.
No, and that's honestly the D line getting through the O line, penetrating the O line. Oh, that sounded bad.
Overcoming. Can we say pushing
through the O line?
Yeah, let's get out a thesaurus, my guys. Like, come on, they gotta know what they're doing.
I know, but I was watching it yesterday, and there were so many times where I was like, God, it's so good.
Well, no, so we asked the listeners here to DM us if they heard another good one, and my favorite that a couple of you caught, I think it was during the Chiefs game, was absolutely blasted his backside.
Wait. Okay. I mean, honestly, I do think they know, but they can't get around it because they've seen all these before, right? This is not the first time this has been done, Kieran. I mean, it's been out there for a while that what the terms they use are very sexual, but I just don't think there's other terms that give it I don't know.
Absolutely blasted his backside. Definitely overcame his behind. Yeah, you're right.
Right? You overcame his behind? Like there really is no good way. But I do think that's it's
a segment opportunity.
We should keep asking. If y'all hear one, write it down, send it to us. I mean, why not start with a laugh on Monday? We'll figure out a name for that segment, but that's a good. I like that one.
And not calling a timeout on this because this is just goofy, silly fun. No one needs to be mad about this.
Don't take it so seriously.
Football is not always so serious, and that's fine.
Football needs to be a little more fun.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're being honest,
it needs to be for girls and gays sometimes.
Yeah, the girls and gays need to be in here. Okay, let them in, and they enjoy a little laughter. I did text Allie and Sean yesterday after our game, and I was like, we can never make it like easy. And I want to get this text right, so I'm going to look it up. Okay. So I texted him, and I said, why is it always close? Why can we never have a game that is not stressful at the end? And, Sean Rabaghi said, because the NFL is scripted, just for the female audience, remember? And I laughed, obviously. Sonny goes, but that was an Elite Four touchdown day for Matthew. Yes. And I go, I guess. But women like to relax too, We don't always like drama. I don't always like drama.
That's true.
I don't need drama.
Listen, we got plenty of drama on Saturday and Friday, and all you and I wanted to do yesterday was go brain dead.
Oh my God, I couldn't even do that. And I came home and listen, guys, after 8 hours of sleep, we all know, like, kids is the last thing that you want to deal with. And I missed them so much, I did. But I was like, listen, I love y'all. Your dad is on TV. You will either be watching your dad with me, or you will leave me alone and you will be in the playroom. It actually worked out pretty well. Like they kind of went back and forth. They were watching and they went to the playroom watching. They left me alone.
Oh my goodness.
And Tyler was sick. And sick kids suck, but they're also awesome.
Tyler's a little more docile when she's sick.
Oh, she just laid on me the whole time. I was like, this is great. Because she's the one I worry about. She's still somewhat young. All right. So other terms. We're just going to other terms real quick because we're, kind of hitting.
Yeah, there are terms that are real terms that perhaps sound a little oh my God, how do you say that word? Penetrative.
I don't know what word you're trying. What are you trying to say right now?
There are some words that sound a little sexual.
Oh,
but they're real terms,
and they are used. So these aren't like necessarily football terms. These are terms that announcers use because I realized watching the games that I was like, what? They're saying all these terms, and if you are new to football, you have no idea what these mean. But they think it's layman's terms because there are even more advanced terms that they could use that would make it actual like football terms. So we're going to go over those. All right. The first one, blitz. Do you know what a blitz means?
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah, I think
when
that
I
would be
don't
fun.
know. Okay, my guess with blitz is that it's when everyone just fucking goes for it.
Okay. I love that. I love that mentality. It is kind of like
Okay.
that. So you have 4 D linemen at all times. If you bring one more, if you bring 5 guys, blitz. If you just bring the 4 D linemen, not a blitz. Okay. They're all trying to get to the quarterback, but a blitz entails at least 5 or if not more. Sometimes they can bring everybody.
Wow.
Yes. And actually that happened. We'll talk about it in a second. So that's a blitz, 5 or more. Going towards the quarterback. I hate a blitz.
Yeah.
Matthew loves blitzes, but I hate a blitz.
Why does he
He
lock
just-
in or something?
Under pressure.
Yeah.
He just likes it.
It's so interesting.
He just likes it.
Oh my God, time out. Especially with the next term that's on the list.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about this. Okay. 3rd and inches or 4th and inches?
3rd and inches and 4th and inches, which in both cases are not that many inches.
No, it's very small. What does that mean?
I have literally no clue.
Okay, so 3rd and inches is 3rd down and inches to go. 4th and inches is the same thing. So a lot of times they'll go 3rd and short, 4th and short. But really, if it's 3rd and inches, that really means there's like not even a yard.
Got you.
Okay, they could go 3rd and 1, which means the 3rd down and 1 yard. But 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, very, very close. 4th and long. Okay, 3rd and long. That means there's more than 10 yards, basically. Or there's like 7. It's more than half, right? So half is 5.
Mm-hmm.
So if they say 3rd and long, 4th and long, you're talking about either 7, 8, 9, 10, or 15, 20 yards. Okay, so that's what they mean. They're
Okay.
not talking about a foot-long hot dog. They're literally telling you it is 3rd down and they have a long way to go.
And that means maybe in that case you would punt or
4th and long, yes.
or kick. Yeah.
4th and long, you're definitely punting.
Yeah.
3rd and long, you got one more try before you gotta kick it.
Got you.
All right, prevent defense. They talked about this in what game was it? I think it might have been Packers Green Bay. Prevent defense. You're basically keeping everything in front of you. When they talk about prevent defense, you're stopping them from scoring a touchdown. So everything's in front. You're preventing a long ball over your head.
Okay, so in my mind, I'm thinking, wouldn't that always be the case?
Yes, but when you play prevent defense, you are more behind your guy rather than next to him because you don't want him to beat you behind you. So say this is, it's so hard without okay. Say this is where the quarterback is. This is you and your guy is right here. You want to be behind him. You want to prevent him from going past you, from going long to get that long touchdown pass.
Got you.
You're usually up by a touchdown. Don't want them to score. Like you could let them get a field goal, right? Because that won't do anything. So you just keep everything in front of you if you're the defender. Back shoulder fade. This is fun. This is a route and a pass. It's actually a very difficult route and pass. And it's going to be really hard without showing you. So we're going to come back to that one. But it's honestly a great route. It's timing with quarterback and receiver. The quarterback's really releasing the ball before the receiver turns around. And it's always being thrown to his back shoulder, meaning he's turning and the ball's coming here because the defender's on his other shoulder.
Yeah. I feel like we should still have Anna Cup on the show to explain some routes.
Oh, I would love, yeah. Okay, I'm going to talk to her today about that.
Yeah.
Behind the chains. Okay, what are the chains?
Oh my, I would, maybe it's the defense.
I love you. Okay, the chains are, do you know the first down, okay, the markers on the field.
The markers.
Yes, they're 10 yards. They're the 2 orange sticks, poles.
Those are the chains?
There's a chain that connects
There
those 2 poles.
is?
That is 10 yards long. Exactly 10 yards long. So that way they can measure, right?
That makes so much sense. I thought these guys were just figuring that out. They're like looking at each other, like shuffling over.
There's a chain that connects those 2, right? So when you are behind the chains or you move the chains, okay, moving the chains is when they're like first down, move the chains. You move the chains. You move them down to the next one. Behind the chains, no. Okay, so it's behind the chains. You didn't get it. I think that's right. Actually, I don't even know if that's right. Matthew gave me that term. Hold on. I think Matthew's wrong there. I don't think there's a behind the chains. I think there's a behind the sticks. So we'll look that up. I'm actually going to ask him about that later. We're all trying to do right by our own bodies and our kids. And a lot of it is what we put in our bodies. And so we're trying to, buy organic, cook it with less crap. But to be honest, our cookware is part of the problem. They have PFAS in them, Teflon, just toxic chemicals. This is why I love Our Place. They are leading the change. They have always been PFAS free, and they offer the most durable, toxin-free ceramic coatings, ensuring a healthy, safe cooking experience. Not only that, y'all, their stuff is beautiful. They have different colors. I would really, really go check this website out because it makes great gifts as well. And as we all know, the holidays are approaching and they're approaching fast. They have over 75,000 5-star reviews. I'm telling you guys, this place is amazing. So go to FromOurPlace.com and enter my code MORNING at checkout to receive 10% off site-wide. That's FromOurPlace.com, code MORNING. Our Place offers a 100-day trial with free shipping and return. So again, FromOurPlace.com, code MORNING. I've told you guys about Manukora, and honestly, I've been putting it in my coffee, in my tea every morning instead of using a Splenda. And I know it is way better because not only does it taste really good, but it contains powerful nutrients to support immunity and gut health. And to be honest, I've started making my kids mini smoothies in the morning. Listen, they're not that incredible. They're just fruit and a little bit of Greek yogurt, but also the Manukora honey. And they have loved every second of it. They ask for one every morning now. It's pretty incredible. So the bees collect the nectar from the Manuka tea tree in New Zealand, and that nectar is packed with bioactives, and the honey that is produced has 3 times more antioxidants and prebiotics than your average honey. So you're getting so much out of this honey. It is seriously a game changer. Right now is the best time to try Manukora honey. They're running their biggest sale of the year through December 2nd. Head to manukora.com/morningafter to get $150 off your first order of their Black Friday starter kit, which comes with an MGO 850 plus Manuka honey jar, 35 honey travel sticks, a wooden spoon, and guidebook. Honestly, the travel sticks have been amazing for me. I take them on my trips. If you're going to stay anywhere for the holidays, take them with you. Share them with your family. I guarantee you will not regret it. So that's manukora.com/morningafter for the $150 off your first starter kit. Okay, the snap. Do you know what a snap is?
I do know what the snap is. That is when you, without using the word snap, it's when you flick the ball from behind you.
Oh.
No, no, God, no, what?
Timeout.
I hate the gesture that I did. I'm so sorry.
And you also used the word flick, so it was wow.
Ew.
Okay, this is so great.
Out.
No, time in. That's amazing. So the snap is when the ball is hiked. Would be another word.
Yes.
If you don't know what hiked means, that's when the center gives the ball to the quarterback in between his legs.
Why would you say one word or the other? Or are they just interchangeable?
I don't, because they are. Wait, what? What do you mean?
Are those words interchangeable?
Hike?
Hike and snap?
Yes.
Can you say either?
Snap's like better. Like
Okay.
hiking the ball. No, they're interchangeable though. Same
Okay.
thing. Now, quarterback can be under center, and that is when his hand is up in there. Like taint situation.
Oh my God.
It's true though.
Really?
Because the center needs to feel that the quarterback's there.
Are there any rules about like how far your hand can get in there?
I don't think so, and I don't think there's a rule, and I don't think many quarterbacks want to get too far in there. So, it's a normal position for a quarterback. It's like right underneath the booty. They smack their butt and they.
Do they really smack their butts?
Let them know they're there.
Football is so.
It's so sexual. So, anyways. So under center, you can be in shotgun, which is where they actually hike it and you're about 4 yards back.
Okay.
And what other formation you be in? That's really the 2 I know right now. So you can either be right under the booty or a few yards back from the booty. 2-minute offense, we've gone over 2 minutes. You're basically hurry up. It's either no huddle or you're making sure the clock is stopping. So
you're going out of bounds.
Going out of bounds. Incomplete pass stops it. Running does not stop the clock. First downs also don't stop the clock in the NFL. Reverse.
No clue. Couldn't.
These are like fun. So if you watch the Lions, you know what a reverse is. You know every
Oh.
trick play in the book because
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
they pull them out of every, I don't know. If you were wearing cargo pants with a lot of pockets, that's how many trick plays they have per game. So anyways, they're pulling these out of their pockets. But reverse is basically like quarterback gives it to the running back is running one direction behind the line,
Okay.
but a receiver comes behind the running back going the other direction, and he tosses him the ball.
Oh.
So then like everyone's going to the right following the running back, but all of a sudden the ball gets tossed to a receiver that's
And then
going to the
going
left,
left.
and that's the reverse,
Got you.
right? So you kind of try and fake them out and then block. without
And
holding.
remind us, can that pass from the running back to the receiver? Can that be? Does it have to go a certain direction?
It has to go backwards.
backwards, right?
It has got to go backwards. There's all different kinds, but in that situation, it has. If he's pitching on the ball, it is behind him.
What would be the flag on the play if they pass it forward? What would that be called?
Well, the running back can pass it forward if he's behind the line of scrimmage
Okay.
to an eligible receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no flag on it, but it would have to be a play that is like a trick play, like a trick reverse and then throwing type situation. Because there's also the trick play where the running back gets it from the quarterback, goes straight up the middle, and then passes it back to the quarterback, pitches it back to the quarterback who's behind him, and then they throw it.
Oh,
So you can do that. Now, there can only be one forward pass to play.
Got you.
As many backward passes as you want. That's what you see at the end of the game sometimes, where they're just trying to like throw it places to get to the end zone if they're down. But one forward pass per play. Okay, and if you pitch it backwards on a reverse, and that receiver that's going the other way drops it, that's a fumble.
As a live ball.
That's a live ball. Okay, so yes, that's actually a really good question. Only one forward pass per play.
And that's a
is allowed.
very important rule.
That is those are the things that I don't even think about because that's like just. But that's a really
but
good.
I mean, I just to check in with y'all that are listening, it's crazy how many games you can watch of football and realize that you don't even know a lot of the rules.
Yeah.
You just kind of like accept the reality of the game, and you don't realize that that's not a strategy. That's actually a rule in place.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, that's very true because even I'm watching. And I didn't like consider that to be a rule, but it is a rule. You just are like, oh yeah, well obviously like one pass, but you can pass it backwards as many times as you want.
Which, speaking of a correction like that, a lot of y'all pointed out about a field goal, including the end zone.
Forgot about the end zone because I just like that's like a normal 10
So
yards.
it's 10, including the end zone, plus 7.
17 yards.
So 17. Yeah,
Added on to where the ball is.
Exactly.
So if they're at the 40 and everyone's like, why aren't we kicking it? I mean, that's a 57-yarder.
Yep. Which is far.
That's hard. That ain't easy.
That ain't easy. Maybe one more.
Yes. Let's do a fun one. How about a rusher?
A rusher?
A rusher.
What is that?
What do you think a rusher is?
Well, can you give me a hint? Is that a role or is that like a term, an action?
It's a role.
Oh, I mean, I
feel like people might be like rushing the quarterback. Those are rushers.
Yeah.
That's not what they're talking about.
Is this an offensive role?
This is ground. Rusher is the running backs. You're rushing for yards, right? So it's the ground game, which you hear that a lot. What's the ground game? That's the running game. Like they call it I don't know why they call it the ground game. They just call it the running game to make it easier for everybody else. But the ground game is when they are on the ground. That does not, like, passing is in the air.
Yeah, this is steps on the ground.
Yes,
you can think of it that way.
Yeah. So when you hear of a leading rusher, that means the person who ran the ball the most yards that game is the leading rusher.
And I feel like often, correct me if I'm wrong, that's been a lot of Kyron Williams for us.
That's usually that is our leading rusher. Sometimes it can be the quarterback if you have a running quarterback.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes, like if you have someone who takes off a lot, it's definitely not our team. In fact, the quarterback sneak. Quarterback. That's good. This is our game. Quarterback sneak. You're short yardage. You're third in inches, fourth in inches, right? You give it to the quarterback, and they just barrel their head and go forward.
Wow.
Usually that'll get you the first down. Matthew has not done that in a long time because he's old. Because you can get injured, right? That's kind of putting your quarterback in a particular situation. They did it, and I was like, "What the fuck? What are we doing? But we did get it. But he's an old man. So that's it for today. We do have a lot more terms. I hope that was at least a little helpful when you're looking into things or hearing people, talk about games. Let's try to not think about the sexual terms and think about...
Or do. I'm not one to judge.
Or make it fun. Really, you should get your girlfriends together and do like a drinking game. And like every time it sounds sexual, you should okay, just sips. Don't go crazy because it might be a lot in there.
It's for sure going to be a lot.
Yes. So we're going to wrap this up. But before we do, I wanted to let y'all know if you did purchase TMA merch, it is now all made and should be shipping out this week. So hopefully you will have it soon. Tune in to the morning after this Thursday. Guys, you don't want to miss this. I'm telling you, we had an incredible time at Georgia, but it was insane. And when we will go into all of it, it was just wild though.
Yeah, what a weekend.
Yes. I mean, looking back, I can't, I was delirious for half of it because I wasn't sleeping, but I was like,
You couldn't have written a script better than Saturday night.
I mean, you think the NFL's scripted. You should hear this script because it's insane. So tune into that. We'll go over. And then next week, like I said, we'll kind of go over the difference between college and NFL because there are major differences between the two. And I feel like if you wanted to start watching both or if you're a fan of college football, you should probably know some of those rules too and the differences. So we'll do that next week. But until then, we hope you guys have a great week and a great weekend with your team this weekend. And we will see you. Wow. This is when I'm struggling. And we will see you next week on Timeout.
All right. And
Time in
and
Ryuta.